Hello everybody, so it's now Monday, so I had my surgery on Thursday. So I'm 4 days post-op today. I'm going to put this all into one video. Yeah, so I am feeling a lot better today. I actually had a good night's sleep in my own bed, which was nice. I'm just trying to drink one of my protein shakes. It's the Maxi Nutrition one, which has got 30 grams of protein per shake in it. So it's the top one, and they said for me to get about 3 of these in a day. So it's 90 grams of protein, which is really good, but they're not very nice, but we'll see. Sorry, my dog's eating foam. We bought in this meant to be indestructible dinosaur. Look what he's done to it. And he's trying to eat the foam from it, and then he'll stick it up. But no, I was discharged from hospital yesterday. I would have been discharged the day before, but I was still in quite a lot of pain at my drain site. And I wasn't drinking enough, so my partner has been quite good with me to get me to drink. I never realised how difficult it was to drink. I've also had to inject myself. So yesterday Dean injected me with like a blood clotting thing. And this morning I've had to take a variety of different medicines, vitamins, and there's one that's meant to be for acid, Lansoprazole or something, and it's 2 tablets that you have to dissolve on your tongue, and it dissolved, and I tried to take some water to take it down, but it came straight back up again, and that really hurt. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with that for the next one I need to take. Apart from that, the pain has been okay. Overall, the pain has been a lot worse than I thought it would be. The hospital, I want to talk a little bit more about the hospital experience. I've taken some clippets. I'm getting really warm. I've taken a few clippets of some things in the hospital, and I'll include some of them here, along with some photographs that was taken. And I'll just talk through what happened really. The day of surgery, I got to the hospital at 7 in the morning. We was then sat in a waiting room because we got there a little bit early, and then 7 they came through and asked what our name was and who we're seeing. A couple of people went and they said, okay, yeah, wait here, and then when they asked me, they said, okay, yeah, come through. So I was like, oh, okay. I was sat in a little bay. Somebody came in to take my blood, and I nearly passed out. A combination of obviously the pre-op diet, which is the special diet I have to go on before surgery, and nerves, I think, so they put ice behind my neck, sat me back. My BP was taken and it had really dropped, but luckily after about 5-10 minutes it went back up and he was able to get the blood. An anaesthetist then came in. It all happened so fast. I mean, bear in mind, I got there at 7 and I was walking down to surgery at 8:30, so I was first on the list, luckily. The anaesthetist then came in and just went through everything, checking questions about my teeth and all things like that. And I then met with the surgeon, which was lovely. And then that was it. I got dressed in my gown, which I'll insert a picture here. And yeah, I mean, it was a very surreal experience walking down to the operating theatre. They took my weight, and I was 21 stone 1. So I'd lost quite a nice amount of weight in my pre-op diet. They was really pleased with that. Yeah, so walking down to the operating theatre, I went onto the bed. They was connected all these machines to me, and they popped me out, and I just remember it really stung in my arm. It really did sting. And that was at 8:30, about 8:30, 8:45 I went in. Now my partner asked the surgeon how long the surgery takes, and he said it will take about 1.5 to 2 hours normally. So my partner was sat waiting, bless him. I didn't go up to the ward till 5. I don't know why yet. I was told the operation was a success. While I was in recovery, they did say there was a small amount of bleeding, but I don't know why the surgery took longer than what it should or could have done. I first remember waking up about 3 o'clock in recovery, and I was in agony at my drain site. The drain was the most painful thing of the whole thing for me, and it just took them so long to be able to get me up and get me to recovery. My oxygen levels remained low constantly, and the first night was the worst night of them all. Dean left me about 11 o'clock, it was about 20 to 12 he left me, and the visiting times was only meant to be till 8. So the nurses were very, very good at letting Dean stay with me, but the first night was very traumatic. At 4 in the morning, the nurse came in and said, "You've got to go to the loo. If you don't go to the loo, you're going to have a catheter put in." I was like, okay. So she got me up, she unplugged me from my drips, and I had a button for pain relief. I was unplugged from it all, and I was walked to the toilet, and I went to the loo. And she left me in the loo, and she said, "Pull the little string when you're done," which I did. And another healthcare assistant came in, not my normal nurse. I said, "Oh," she said, "for me to ring when I'm done now." She walked me back to the bed and she sat me on the bed, and that was it. She left. That was it. Now when they unplugged me from everything was put out of the way, so I had no button to call the nurse. I had no pain relief, I had no oxygen because I had oxygen up my nose. I had absolutely nothing, and I sat in that bed and I was crying for help, for somebody to come and help me, and all I could hear was the nurses in the desk all laughing and joking, and they couldn't hear me, and I was in so much pain. And the only way I managed to get somebody to come and help me was the lady next to me had a nurse go in to top up her pain meds, and she heard me asking for help, and she screamed at the other nurses to come and help me, and she was just saying, "Push your button, push your button." And I was saying, "No, they've took my button off me, I can't reach my button. They've moved me and they've took everything away from me, I have nothing." And she really screamed at them. So they came back in a bit sheepish and plugged me back in, but that was horrible. The nights didn't get any easier. The night staff seemed to let the whole team down. During the day the team was fantastic. The night people was just awful. That's just my opinion, but yeah, that was my experience the first night. I was obviously on a drip as well, which was helping get my fluids in. The next morning they gave me, I had ice chips straight after the surgery, which was really good because my mouth was so dry, but I was allowed ice chips. And the next morning they gave me a glass of water, so I've got a little video of me having my first sips of water, which I'll insert here. Now, just while I'm editing this, I forgot to mention that before I was allowed any free fluids, I had to drink a very nasty glass of blue liquid. So if you see me with blue around my lips and my teeth, that's why. I'll put a picture of the blue liquid here, and that was to see if it came out in the drain and if it came out in my pee as well. So that's why.
Okay, a little bit.
chaps. But now I'm allowed to drink. It's my first few sips of anything other than water. Apple juice watered down with water also.
Keys, please.
It's so dry. And now off of butter and painkillers. Feeling a bit better. I also had some sugar-free jelly, which I didn't really like. I think I've got a clip of it, so if I do, I'll insert it here anyway. Sugar-free jelly. Smells nice.
On taste or feeling?
The texture of it.
You'll really chew it.
No, I think that's probably why I don't like it.
You've got to.
Yeah, that wasn't great. That was it. The next day, the nurse said that the drain would be coming out, and that was a lie. The nurses, my doctor, he wasn't actually my surgeon, he was like the second surgeon. He kept coming around to visit me, which was all good. I was very pleased to get my drain out. That was so sore. That was very sore. They took me off my meds. I was in a lot of pain. I woke up the morning I was meant to be going home, which was, I've lost track of the days, which was Saturday morning. I woke up very, very pale, very, very dehydrated, and the doctor wasn't too pleased. They took me off my drip, but didn't give me any water, really. So I couldn't reach the water anyway, and they didn't really tell me I was coming off my drip to, you know, you need to get your water in now. So I woke up very pale, very weak, and I went back on a drip, and the doctor just said I need to get my water in. And once I knew, I did, but I didn't know. I was on paracetamol as well through my drip, which I think helped. But yeah, on Sunday they let me go home, so I was really pleased. It took them a long time to get all my meds together and my injections and things like that, but I'm very pleased to be home. But overall, it's been a lot more painful than I thought it would be. Now it sort of just feels I've done a bit too many sit-ups, and the gas pain's quite sore as well. Let's see if I can show you my, well, you can't actually see my incisions, they've got tape over them, but they're actually, sorry guys, actually a lot lower than I thought they would be. Let's see if I can show you. So I've got one here, one here, one here, one here. This is the drain site, so you can see I've got a massive pad over that. Yeah, down here as well I've been getting jabs that are horrible. They're awful, they really sting. But the second day, the nurse let Dean take me into the bathroom, and I had a bit of a sponge bath, which was lovely. I'm going to have another one today, so I can't get my incisions wet. But overall, I'm glad it's done. Like I say, a lot more painful than I thought it would be, but I know it's going to be worth it. It's changed my mind. I mean, I've always been quite set in thinking, if I've got loose skin, I'm going to get more surgery, and at this stage, no way. I'm not going through that again. That was way too painful. The people around me was way too annoying. Every time I pushed my little buzzer for help, everyone else would just say, oh, miss, and they'd go in and help them. It was so irritating, and I'm just glad it's all over with and I can now just get on with my life. The dietitian did come and see me as well, so I forgot to mention. He was really lovely. He just went over my next steps. So my goal is to get 1,500 mils of fluids in a day, at least 3 protein shakes in. So this is my first one. Just reminded myself. I mean, this has taken me so long to zip. It's because it's not very nice, I think. But we'll get there. Yeah, I had a bit of chicken soup at the hospital, which was very nice actually. I'll put a little clip in there for that. So we're trying something strange.
You have your painkiller, anti-sickness, and the antibiotic. Okay? Oh, you finished already? No, I'm just taking the cover. You want to leave it?
I need it. This is the consistency of the milk. That's about fine.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Just
nice.
take your medication. Very good. You finish. You almost finish.
And my dad has actually made me a chicken soup for the evening, so I'm going to go pick that up later, which will be lovely. Sorry this has turned out to be such a long video. If you've kept with me till the end, thank you. And thank you to everybody for your well wishes. I mean, it meant a lot for me when I actually come round. I wasn't so drugged. I'll put a few pictures of my journey in the hospital at the end of this video. But yeah, I'll come back to you soon. But yeah, total loss on the pre-op diet. Really pleased. I think I lost about a stone, and I was 21 stone 9 at the start of my pre-op. I was 20 stone 2 at the end of it, so very pleased with that. I'll put all my stats below anyway, and I'll just speak to you soon, and hopefully I will look a lot better. Speak to you later. Bye. So this is what they gave me, and I've got to breathe into the ball, into the smiley face. And this was really hard because the drain was really painful, but today I can do it, I think. And I have to do that 10 times every hour. It really dries your mouth. Hello, so I'm just doing a quick snippet. It's now Sunday. I had my surgery on Thursday. I'm still in hospital. I was hoping to go home yesterday, but I was still in quite a lot of pain and I wasn't drinking enough. So I was in for another night, so hopefully I'm going home today. Just going to show you around my bed. Just put my little chair. I'm now off my drip now, so, but I did have my drip here. This is my view. I've still got this in. I did have 2, but one slipped out of my vein and got very painful, so they took that out. So I've just got the one in there now. Most pain I felt was my drain. I was in a lot more pain than what I thought I would be. Even the drain site is still quite sore now, but we're getting there, and I'm hoping to go home today. I've had some sugar-free jelly, which I didn't really like. I think I took a little clip in, so this video will be really bitty. So I literally it wasn't very nice. I did have some soup, and the soup was really yummy. But yeah, I'll catch up with you soon.